My name is Matt Buell with MBuell Studio, and on behalf of the Woodworking Network, and as your Young Wood Pro host, it is monthly topic time. However, this month the topic is Brian Skalaski. He is the winner of the 2025 Young Wood Pro contest, and aptly deserved winner. Good Lord, that cabinet's amazing, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. But first, I just wanted to turn over to Brian and let him introduce himself briefly.
Hi, I'm Brian Skalaski. I'm a woodworker based out of Philadelphia. My company is Yogen Studios. We do all sorts of things from custom furniture, millwork, cabinetry, restoration, really whatever keeps me busy. So, most of my furniture work, like the cabinet that I won this whole contest with, is based around steam bending and kind of bringing a little of that organic nature of life back indoors. So,
Yeah, that's a good description of your piece too, by the way. I remember I was one of the judges and I was going through it. That piece stuck out hard because it's very much in my style aesthetic or just kind of
mhm.
in my little runway of what things I like, the way they look. And man, I remember seeing that. And I'll be honest, man, this year the entries were good. Like there were a lot of really good entries. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what
yeah. I
happened
was
in
I
the
was looking
universe.
through, and there were some really great pieces in there,
It
definitely.
was it was pretty dense. I mean, the most I've seen in this contest. Like the quality of the entries was another level up.
Hmm.
So another compliment to your work
Thank
because
you.
obviously yours is my favorite off the front. I'm not gonna lie because it's really good. Oh, did you see that auto zoom? That's amazing. I didn't do that.
Oh,
And
what?
yes, I'm pretentious with my coffee cup today. It's been a long day. But anyway, so let's talk about the piece first. Let's talk about that. So, what inspired this piece? Just was it just a random idea, or was it something you saw somewhere else and kind of tweaked it? How did this come to life?
So when I was in design school, I did a lot of work with experimenting with steam bending using non-conventional techniques, basically. A lot of it was based around either coopering or, kind of creating these little experiments where, so like a lot of them were like coopered forms that I would then put a threaded rod through, and I would just kind of squish them and see how they would expand and kind of do some funky kind of stuff. And then I would look at each one and kind of be like, okay, I can see that this caused this. What if if I modify the parameters, what does that cause? So it brought me into a whole language of like tapers and jigs and all sorts of wacky stuff to just try and push everything to as far as I basically the extremes of like what could be done without a mold.
Mm-hmm.
So the pull idea came from kind of this flat panel bend idea where it was like, okay, we'll squish this, but we'll squish one end more than the other, which created kind of this swell pattern. And then I saw that and I was like, that's great, but it's only activated in one dimension. How do I get it to kind of move off to one direction or the other? So there's actually a bunch of progressive angles in each one of those little staves that causes it to kind of push over to the side. So it not only expands upward, but it extends out to the side, which is kind of how you get that
Mm-hmm.
the graphic kind of opening sort of idea.
And it's
So I had
cool.
that hanging on the wall. I mean, I have all of these experiments just kind of like, strewn about the shop. They're hanging from the ceiling and the walls and everywhere. Um, and a longtime patron of mine came to me with all of this wood that he harvested off of his property. Basically, the township was like, "Yeah, you've got a bunch of ash trees here. You need to cut these down because of the emerald ash borer." So he cut those down along with a few walnut trees, had it all slabbed up, and it was just like, I got a pile of wood. I got two sons. You made me a liquor cabinet. How about two more?
Cool.
So I heard that. I was like, okay, we got ash, walnut, we've got a light, dark kind of thing.
Which is hard to
And
pull off without it looking very kind of like kitschy and like county fairish. You did very
oh, absolutely. I mean, one of my pet peeves is like the maple walnut combination because it's just like, oh, we got dark, we got light.
it is a
Um,
little. It's been done many times, and it can come off very county fair is the wrong term. I should probably say craft fair, which is
sure.
fine. But if you're a professional, it's kind of like okay.
Yeah, it's not as elevated as you would want fine furniture to be. And there's ways to pull it off too, but it's all in the eye of the maker.
It is
And actually a lot of what I actually did a good bit of stain work on the ash timbres to make it to kind of subdue it a little bit to bring it more into that kind of like amber territory so it wasn't quite so jarring.
it's a little more middle instead of
Hmm.
so
Yeah,
contrasting.
exactly. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there listening to it. I'm just kind of like, man, you are the prototypical creative person doing woodworking. Experimentation just turns into exponential ideas. I know this one. You remind me of me when I was younger. But we got me the whole concept. It's like, well, this is how I'm supposed to do it, but why?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see what happens when I try this instead. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's a mess. Sometimes it's awesome.
But even in a mess, you can usually pick out one element and be like, all right, this is all a mess, but that one interesting thing right there, how do I do that again?
Oh, I could use this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's only an accident if you only do it once. Like,
Yeah. If you repeat it, it's intentional.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
well, and steam
So,
bending's fun too. I recently did a piece last spring, and I didn't have any molds or jigs or any sort of like clamp twos for the evening after. I mean, the trick with steam bending, I felt like it's that pressure. You've got like a certain amount of minutes, and you better get it where you want it. You better get it right.
oh yeah, that's the fun of it is you
It
have to
is.
be 100% there. You
I like
can't,
that
if you
intensity.
have another thought on your mind, well, you should probably get rid of that real
No, yeah.
soon.
I pulled out the pieces one at a time and just bent them into, and I did like a lot of like hard turns,
Hmm.
probably quarter inch thick, maybe a little.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, that's super quick stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like just manually. I was like, I got 3.5 minutes. I got where I wanted. I just really did it because it was to go inside of a piece, like almost like ribboned trestles. So
Hmm.
I just did it freehand, clamped it to where I knew it was going to end up being on the piece, and just let it there. And I go grab
Yep.
the other one, have two clamps ready, go grab the other one, freehanded. The trick was doing it symmetrically on opposing sides. It was fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, steam bending's easy until you bring symmetry into the equation.
I mean, I don't know. I knocked it out. My
Yep.
wife came in that night and she saw. She goes, "Oh wow!" And I go, "Yeah, home run. Is that good?" No, but I mean, to me, it's not even. And I'm sure you can identify with this because I've seen your work. Um, a lot of it is mental preparation. Like, how many times did I already do that in my head before I took it out of the steamer?
Hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? It just walking through all the potential landmines that can happen, doing some spot checks and stuff before steaming with thinner strips to check. Like it was white oak, so I knew as a species it was more rigid and prone to cracking. So I needed to know where its limitations were. So I did a few
Hmm.
steam bent pieces of scrap to kind of really do test and measure, which is what you're talking about too. Really, you
Oh
just
yeah.
have a more sounds more like a Wonka approach, which I love. It's awesome. No, there's
Oh
the
yeah.
joy in it, man. It's obvious when you talk about it. It's beautiful.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just there's very few things. I mean, woodworking is such a like I'm either, adding pieces on or I'm taking material away, but it's steam bending. I'm always drawn to it because I was always like kind of jealous of like ceramicists where it's like, "Oh, I take this thing, I put it in this magic box and I get something completely different and I just kind of let go." And it
Yeah,
was like, "Well, I want to do that."
yeah.
Like,
I want to do something with instant results. That sounds nice, like
yeah.
woodworking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
I
always
mean,
get.
the
I
failure rate's
feel the
through the
same.
roof, but when you nail it, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Like, oh, you
So,
sculpt with clay? How nice! like, oh man, lucky.
yep.
Like you don't have to plug anything in. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. So, anything else about the piece, though? Anything about it? Like it had, I noticed it had lighting on the interiors, correct?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, there is LED strips on the bottom of the each shelf. That was really inspired by, I was kind of thinking about how the piece lives in a home, and I kind of had this narrative going in my head where it was like, okay, it's a liquor cabinet, so you close it during the day, because well, I hope you close it during the day,
No judgment here.
to each their own. But you have this nice moment where you open it up at 5 o'clock, the lights come up, it's just like, okay, we'll keep that open tonight. I'll pour myself something. And, at the end of the day, we close it back up. The lights go down. And, so it adds a bit of drama, a little
Yeah.
bit of dramatics, some flair to it.
Also,
But
some warmth. I mean, to me,
yeah,
that's like it's very
absolutely.
inviting. Like you're opening it up, and it's like, welcome.
Yeah.
It was a cool
Welcome to
idea,
your
and to me,
bar.
that's something I've talked about in the videos. About if you're doing quality work, the little stuff is a huge deal, and just doing something like that just really elevates a piece.
Hmm.
So I mean, all the way around, your work embodied everything I've talked about in articles and videos for the last several years. Really did. It's-
Thank you.
so I guess I should ask you, how did you get into woodworking?
I It's a funny question because like I don't remember not being into woodworking.
Cool.
Um, I mean, my dad's a mechanical engineer. He always had his little kind of hobby shop in the basement. By the time I was probably like, I don't know, 9 or 10, it was basically mine at that point, where it was like, I spend more time down there than you do. Um, but probably when I really kind of took the leap, I was probably 13 or 14. My friends and I, we grew up in kind of like this rural area of New Jersey, if you can believe that.
Sure,
Um,
they exist.
and so, like nice rolling hills and stuff, and we had these longboards that we would skate around on. And I was 14. I I was probably working, but I didn't have a ton of money to spend on any of this kind of stuff. So it was like, well, I got a wood shop. I've done a bit of reading online. I think I could build a skateboard. How hard could that be? So,
Longboard, especially.
yeah, exactly. It's like you don't have these flared kicks or anything. It's basically just a board with a little bit of concave and then some camber in it, so it's kind of loaded when you step on it.
Yeah, I mean, you could just do a
Um,
cutting board with wheels and probably get away with it.
yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, it got a little. At the end of it, I was doing like carbon fiber layups and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Not
So,
surprised.
actually, oh boy, it's down the basement, but I still have, I made maybe 30 of them over a 3-year period. Um,
That's a few. I take it you sold some.
oh yes, yeah, I sold probably 25 of them, but I still have one down my basement, probably it was like a downhill one that I probably went way too fast on. But carbon fiber layup, like solid wood core, all sorts of
That's
stuff.
cool. So at
Um,
14, you got into doing this, doing the longboards, and actually industriously made some profit too.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Man,
I was pretty industrious back then.
you don't want to know what I was doing at 14. Um,
Oh, I was doing plenty of that too. I had a lot of time on my hands.
pretty impressive. Um, okay, so you have your own shop, like you're the boss.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, I'm the boss of myself and another guy
That's
20
hard work
hours out of
too.
the week, maybe. So,
Yeah. So how long have you been running your own shop?
it's been about a year and a half, I think. April 2024 is when we opened our doors. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's been a ride.
So what's the most surprising thing about it that you didn't expect?
The scheduling has been dicey at times.
How so? More. I want more of
Uh,
that. How so?
well, so I was working for another woodworker for about 3 years, Brian Boland, who had a shop over in Germantown, where my shop currently is. And he had like a lot of good connections. He was looking to get out of it because he was, he was about to hit 70, and it was like, okay, yeah, it's time.
Okay.
So he gave me a couple good contacts. The one major thing though was like he was like, you got to get into this with one good job that kind of pays the startup costs. It gives you a little financial cushion, and you'll have a bit of a buffer because you're inevitably going to make some mistakes. You're gonna, that's life.
Yeah,
Uh,
having a prudent reserve and backup after a good first one or two jobs helps.
oh, absolutely. I wouldn't know because that job got delayed by over a year.
That happens. That happens.
It was a whole situation. I just kept getting, it was like, oh, we're moving the start date back. Oh, we're moving it back. And then eventually I got the call, okay, the contractor's walking out. There's some kind of dicey situation between them and the client. Um, so yeah, that was pretty stressful to be like, okay, well, I just built out a whole shell space, moved all my stuff over here. I have employees to worry about, and I don't have any work on the books right now.
No, that's one of the hardest things about this profession is that, especially in dealing with homes or commercial businesses, we
Mhm.
are one of the last people that's thought of in the chain of things that gets done.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, you get
so,
into a job and
not
everyone's already mad because everything's
we
behind.
inherit everybody else's mistakes. Even if we're not actually dealing with the mistakes, maybe just the effects of,
Yeah.
on
Yeah, you have to
pocketbooks
be
or
the
on.
bad guy and be like, so the electrician put that outlet that was supposed to be right there that lines up with my cabinetry. Yeah, it's 3 inches to the right. Sorry.
And there's also, like 10 different chefs in front of us that if they do something in the timeline, it just dominoes.
Yep.
I've learned that years ago. It's kind of like with those, it's like, okay, but
Yeah.
I will pretty much, it's tricky. You have to be a good business person about it. It's like down payment
Yeah.
because you're reserving my shop and
Hmm.
knowing that they're going to put you back, most likely, they're reserving that time and
Oh
also
yeah.
not touching that money until you start working on it, which is hard.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, especially when you don't know when you're gonna start working on it.
Yeah, no, it's really hard. I mean, and I've
Hmm.
I've made mistakes plenty of times, man. It's survivable. If you love what you're doing and you're talented and you find a way to get some work moving through, you can get.
Yep.
But it's that is the nuance, the whole people side of business. It's not
Yeah.
just getting in there and making something beautiful. There's so many other elements to this that it really can wear you out.
Hmm.
I mean, tracking people down, trying to get paid.
Yeah. I mean, the other part of it is there's so many people out here doing great work. It's like what separates you? And a lot of the times it's just like, hey, mistakes happen. And if you fix that mistake within 48 hours, you're doing better than most people.
Yeah,
And people appreciate that? I mean, I just got a call about like a vanity today where it's like, okay, the tile guy kind of did this. Can we pivot real quick and make something that'll make that work. And it's like, I'm not gonna tell you no. Like,
I think you're right, and I don't care how good you are, you're going to make mistakes.
yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
oh, absolutely. I
I don't
don't
think being
I
a
don't
great
think
woodworker is
anyone
about
really
perfect.
expects you not to. It's just a matter of, you own up to it and you find a solution.
Well,
So,
and the longer you're doing this, you don't get better as far as perfect. You just know five other different ways to fix the mistake or lean into it or adjust it. Like you just,
hmm.
I mean, to me, that's just time in the chair, so to speak.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
10 different ways to do something as opposed to when I first started, where I only knew like one or two.
Yep.
And you've been doing this as you were 14. My lord, you probably already have a way bigger leg up than I did. So, huh. All right,
Yeah.
so that makes sense. Yeah, dealing with contractors, timelines, basically outside influences that are not really yours and how they affect
Yep.
business. Yeah, that'd be unexpected. That sounds about right. And you know what? It's funny. I've heard that from several younger guys when they started woodworking businesses.
Hmm.
That was one of the things that really one of my friends he started. That's pretty much what put him under because
Hmm.
they occupied so much space and he had to hire and upgrade space and all this stuff to take on this job that was going to pay great. And then they just kept delaying and delaying and delaying to where he's like, I can't keep paying for something I can't use.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
it's tricky. I mean, I'm sure you're of the same mind, but I try and keep things as lean as possible. I mean, all my machines are, I think my youngest machine is from like the 90s. Um, Still older than me.
If it's running, it's doing its job right now, you're good. Upgrade as you
It-
go.
yeah,
That's a
exactly.
hell of a segue, though. Speaking of, so you won a prize for this contest, right?
Hmm.
What'd you get? 2 grand in spending for the Grizzly? Is that right?
Yep. Oh
What'd
yeah.
you do with it?
Oh, dust collection.
Honestly, it's not a bad thing. Not a bad
Yeah.
thing. I have one of their South Bend dust collectors. I like it.
Hmm.
So you got what kind
Yeah.
of dust collector did you get, man? I gotta know. Shop talk.
3 horsepower canister dust collector. I had previously had I had like little single 1.5 horsepowers that were kind of cobbled together, but it was still like the dust is getting in the air. My shop's only 2,300 square feet, so that dust is going to make it to the spray booth. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want to deal with that.
yeah.
So it was just like, you know what? It's not the sexy purchase, but it's the one that keeps our work, pristine.
It,
So,
it's it. Sometimes sexy isn't the route. It's smart. I mean,
oh yeah.
without a good dust collection, all my sexy machines are pretty miserable to use.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
like no, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Hmm.
I mean, a good dust collector is gonna last a long time. Cool.
Yep.
That was easy. Boy, you had an answer off every. I mean, the last guy was like, I don't know yet. I'm like, what? Which was fine too. He was a great guy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what's your favorite machine to use? What's your go-to?
I mean, to me, it's always the table saw because it's such a simple thing where it's like, all right, this blade is spinning, and whatever you can do with that is what you can do with that. So,
Safely.
any of the coopering, any of that stuff. I mean, there's so many ways around things just by some, creative table saw usage that really just makes things work most of the
I
time.
agree. I really do think that the table saw is an incredibly versatile tool.
Yeah.
With some training and some experience, it can do a
Yeah.
lot more
Yeah, there's
things than just
definitely
a,
some
a straight
things you
line.
don't want to do, but yeah. But at the same time, even like, quote, we're always supposed to use a fence and this and that. And I mean, but at the same time, you go to a job site, every contractor on that job site is scribing kicks with a table saw with no fence. And it's like, well, is that safe?
Probably.
No, but you know,
I had
they
one of
make
that.
it work.
I had a
And
piece.
if they've been doing it for 30 years and they can still go like this, who am I to tell them?
I mean, the way I see it is everyone's got the autonomous right to be right and be
Yeah,
wrong. Like,
yeah.
mm, my experience, I can say that I scribed some 1/8 inch hardboard once, and I was tired, and I had running on fumes late day and night at work, and I stopped paying attention for a second. It came back, and the kickback. I never thought 1/8 inch hardboard could do something like that.
Hmm.
Like my
Yeah.
entire knuckles were swollen. Like a friend
Oof.
of mine thought
Yeah.
I had a boxer's break. It hit hard. So I'm more of a fence or clamp it down and build a jig guy.
Oh, 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 me too. I'm just to each their own, and I will not judge.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, how a man wants to run his table saw is none of my business.
Yep.
If he asks me for my input, I will
Yeah,
offer
I
my
would say
professional
maybe
guidance.
maybe don't do that.
Like, you can
But
do that. My answer usually, if something's a bad idea, my response is always, let me know how that works out.
yeah.
Like, well, cool.
I
So
mean,
what are you
you
working on
you
right now?
also you
What are you
you
building right
kind of
now?
got at it though, is a lot of it is just being aware and being 100% there. You know, if you're gonna do something, safety wise questionable, maybe do that at 9 o'clock in the morning when you're 100% there, not
Yeah,
4:30 in the afternoon. I mean,
yeah.
most mistakes happen at 3 to 5.
Yeah, or later because you're there too late. Yeah. No, I mean,
Yep.
I think that's a good point of looking at it. Like when you're in your probably more present state and fresh, the edgier kind of riskier stuff is probably a wiser play. But it's marathon, not a sprint. And I always
Yep.
encourage you to look at it like, well, I want to do this maneuver. How can I do this safely?
Hmm. Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, some
absolutely.
toggle clamps go a long way, man.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I have so many of those little
They're great.
every which way, especially with all the coopering stuff. It's like, yeah, I need those.
Yeah, yeah. So I was asking, and I think I interrupted you, and I apologize. What are you working on right now?
Let's see. Right now, I've got 4 rooms for a architect. It's a 4 or 5. I don't know. There's a lot of steps. It's a very tall row home in Center City. Um, so basic, painted cabinetry stuff. But the real like crown jewel of the job is they bought an old library from like I would say it's probably from the 20s, genuine mahogany wall paneling, casework and stuff. So I'm figuring
Honduran
out how to re
mahogany, not sapele.
Oh yeah, yeah, the real deal.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So I'm currently figuring out how to reconfigure that into one of their offices. So that's, the cabinetry stuff is nice. It's what, keeps the lights on. It keeps me busy, but that's really the thing I'm looking forward to on that job. So
That's good though. I mean, there's probably some work that's not as interesting, but there's a cookie involved too, you know.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you're right. I mean, that's a really common theme with guys doing some cabinet stuff around, along the way is usually good income. I mean, cabinets are
Hmm.
just a lot of it is cabinets are usually put in with part of the home loan.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's just,
absolutely.
I mean, there's just more money available for it
Hmm.
because people don't think about furniture until after everything's built. It's like,
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like, well, I have a house and now I gotta fill it, and
well,
yeah.
okay, my,
Mhm.
my Zoom is telling me we're running out of time. But we've got a little time. So what is the future looking like? What do you want to look like? Where are you going with all this? Where are you hoping it goes?
I try and keep my expectations open. I just like doing this. I'll do it for as long as I can, and whatever keeps me doing it is good by me. I have some kind of irons in the fire about what I want to do. Mainly, I have like a small home goods line that I've been trying to live with and produce for the past maybe 3 or 4 years. Just stuff that brings the language of steam bending back into manufacturing.
Hmm, cool.
So, I mean, the first manufactured chair is, your tonnet chair, it's a steam bent chair. And I think we've kind of relegated ourselves to straight lines because that's what our machines make best. And at some point, we got to question that.
Well, it's cheaper and faster. I mean, let's just get real.
Uh,
Sometimes the aesthetic looks nice. I get it. A clean line is a clean line.
yeah,
But I mean, one cut, copy, glue, paste, right?
but how does that differentiate your work when everybody's got the joiner and the table saw that makes that straight line, you know? Where's the thing that no one else can do there?
Where's the human influence in it? Is the way I see
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I
not
think
even
that's
that,
the
just
weird.
like where's your mark in all of it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm a huge fan of that. And also, I've always kind of giggled with the slab stuff, the live edge. Everyone's like, well, the tree did the design work. I'm like, no, you cut it down.
Yeah.
It's your turn. like, like, but that's me. I'm kind of, to me, it sounds kind of eh, lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
absolutely.
at the same time, I would never call George Nakashima that. But his
But
pieces on his
that's
tables were amazing.
that's I think this when you do the slab thing well, it's about relationships, you know? If you're gonna really do slab stuff well, you gotta be talking to your sawyer, basically, and being like, this is the kind of you have to interpret that log. And there's a great way to do it and there's a bad way to do it. And
That's a
if
good
you're
point.
just picking a slab up at the lumber yard and throwing some hairpin legs on it, then yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
do much more than a bit of sanding and finishing.
I
But
mean, people rarely talk about Nakashima's. base designs for his tables. They were beautiful.
Oh yeah, they're
He was
gorgeous.
amazing. So I don't dislike slab furniture. I just, to me, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah,
Well,
where are we putting our human element into this?
hmm.
So cool. You're a good dude, man. Very like-minded. I enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think I hit all the high points
This will
here.
be out on the interwebs, man. Anything you need anybody to know about you, I give you the space to do it.
Um, I don't know. At some point, I'll release this Home Good line and keep an eye out for it. But otherwise, I'll be in my little corner of the world doing what I do best. So,
And doing well. I mean,
yep,
I have absolute faith that you'll be doing this for quite some time,
yep, I
and I'm
sure do
glad.
hope.
I'm glad. If you haven't noticed, this thing's getting grayer, man. It's good to see some younger guys coming along, picking up the, you know what I mean, picking up the baton. It's good to see. I care about the craft.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's another part of it is, we all want to do our work, but at a certain point you want to watch somebody else do their work too.
And I
So,
want the work to live, you know, live on,
yeah.
regardless whether I'm a part of it or not. You know,
Hmm.
this
Exactly.
is how it works when you love something, right?
Hmm.
Well, cool. Man, reach out to me anytime, please.
Yeah.
Consider me a friend.
Yeah, it's
And,
great. I
man,
really I
next
enjoy
year's
talking
winners
to you.
got they got their work cut out for them. That cabinet is stunning,
Mhm.
man. So I almost feel sorry for next year's applicants, but we'll see what the universe puts in front of them.
Oh, don't you worry. Someone will pull something out of the old bag of tricks.
I hope so. I love it. I love it. Well, cool,
Yep.
man. Well, I appreciate your time, and
Yeah.
I wish you luck. Like I said, reach out anytime you want.
Yeah. Thanks. It's been great talking to
Same.
you.
Likewise, my friend. All right. Well, I guess that wraps it up for today. Hope you all enjoyed it. Talking to the people watching this. Go check out Brian's work. Brian, do you have a website?
Well, yugenstudio.com, Jugend.
Got it. All right. Go
Yep.
check out his work. This man is very, very talented. All right, man. Go get some rest. Do your crazy
Oh,
stuff at 9 a.m., not 4:30.
a little earlier, but sure, yeah.
7, whatever works. All right, man. Take it easy.
Yep.